Hello and happy Thursday. It is time for another installment of Make It at Home. Today's activity is cardboard and yarn letter. These are the kits. They are available for you in the Yaz. This is an example of the finished product. Yours, of course, will look different because you can choose whatever letter or letters that you'd like, and the yarn is also different. Alright, so in your kit, you've got your instructions. And 2 pieces of cardboard. Your cardboard is actually a little bigger than this. You also have some yarn. It's multicolored. There is the bright version like this, and then a lighter version as well. And on the end of your craft stick, there is masking tape wrapped around it for you guys to use. You'll also need scissors or a craft knife for cutting the cardboard and the yarn, and some sort of writing utensil, either a marker or a pencil for drawing your letter. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is figure out what letter you want to draw on one piece of cardboard. Or you can draw multiple letters. I've already gone ahead and drawn 4 letters on one piece of cardboard. And then you want to cut out your letters using scissors or your craft knife. And like I said, you can choose whatever letters you would like. You can do a single initial, you can do a bunch of tiny letters. It's totally up to you guys. Make sure that you are using a protected surface when you're cutting your letters out. Careful not to cut yourself. Alright. Once you have your letter cut, then you're going to take your other piece of cardboard and trace and cut your letter for that. So you'll have 2 of each letter that you decide to make. And the reason why you're doing 2 is just to make the cardboard a little sturdier. I did try this with 1 piece of cardboard and it was just pretty floppy. So I found that 2 worked better. This is an easy craft, but it is a little time consuming. Not the cutting of cardboard necessarily, but the yarn wrapping. Just because it takes a little time, a few attempts to figure out exactly how you should wrap it. I went with the M on the first one because my name starts with M. And it was a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. So that's something to keep in mind when you're figuring out what sort of letter you'd like to do. And I mean, to be honest, you don't have to do letters. You could do shapes if you wanted. The point is you're going to be wrapping it with yarn, so keep that in mind. pretty good. So then you're going to take your masking tape that's on the tip of your yarn stick and just kind of tape these together. It doesn't have to be all the way around, just in a couple spots to keep it secure so it doesn't shift while you're wrapping. And we'll do one more up here. Now you're ready to start wrapping with yarn. So on your spool of yarn that you've got, it's not knotted, so it's just looped under. So find the end and unravel it a little bit so you've got some room to work with. And pick a spot to start on your letter. Now, like I said, you might have to start over, and that's totally fine. So I'm going to start here on the back side, and you want to secure your yarn with some tape. And then you just start wrapping. So you'll want to, obviously this is not going to fit through a hole, so if you want to cut some length, you can do that and wrap. And you just keep wrapping until you've got the whole letter covered. So we'll just loop here. Here. If you get to the end of your yarn before you finish wrapping your letter, just go ahead and tie a knot to the end and cut more length and keep going. And then when you get to the very end, once you've wrapped it all the way through, you're just going to secure the yarn with a knot. So just loop it through a couple of the wraps and knot it. Some tips are to, if you've got a leg like this, to go horizontally with it, and then the diagonals, you want to obviously move it diagonal, but there's a couple different layers here where you can see I've gone up and down and then diagonally. So really just whatever's going to work to get your whole letter covered. These ends are covered, but these ends are not. So it's up to you guys on how you want that to turn out. It's just a fun little project. I think it makes some nice decor for your living area. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have fun with this. Don't forget to pick up your kit in the Yaz.